tap in this Sunday. We're gonna get to the facts and what we need to do to make sure we take advantage of this booming economy we are about to have. Quasi, you said this on Facebook.
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
So if people are not aware, 12 hours after Trump, the 12 hours leading after Trump won the presidential election, stock market traded over $2 trillion in 12 hours. So that just lets you, like, S&P went to the highest it's ever been. So that just gives you a little peek of what is about to happen, like how business owners and the world is reacting to Trump becoming president again.
Can you explain for our viewers and anybody that could be watching, or will be future to watch when this is broken up into different videos, what Trump being president has to do with the stock market?
Well, a lot of people know he's a businessman, obviously, and a lot of people know that he has plans on bringing back businesses to America. People also know that he has plans on creating more jobs by bringing these businesses back, like manufacturing jobs.
Is that everything? Is that everything you have to like say about him doing better for the economy?
That's what we need. I mean, when you think about it, like when GMC and all these other companies is going over to foreign countries, and now there's a lot of men or women who could have had secretary jobs, men on the line building cars or in textile factories building clothes, but all that stuff is overseas. So the American people, when we had that at one point in time and they took that all away, we've seen a great increase in unemployment rate. So when you bring jobs back, more jobs, new jobs, well, not new because they was once here maybe like 30, 40 years ago. But when you bring those back, then you know the economy has to rise with that.
So you think that Trump has a great plan for the economy for America?
I think so, with the tariffs, putting tax on things that's not made in the United States, because you can't go and sell your merch or something like at a public trade or a public business in another country. Like Ford can't go sell cars in China for a low cost. They have to pay a crazy tax to be able to sell an American car in China. But we got Toyota, we got Nissan, and all these other Asian cars in America for the cheap. They send it over here for the cheap, and we buying it $40,000, $38,000 at a ticket price. So he's saying, you want to sell Toyota cars in America? It's going to cost a little more now.
Interesting, Quasi.
Okay. Or you could build a factory in America, and it will lessen your tax.
Oh my God. What's it called? We got a comment.
When you taxing these foreign companies, and now maybe they stop sending stuff over to America, what does that do? That helps the creatives in America be able to build stuff. So now if it's so hard for Louis to get their stuff over here, you as a fashion designer may be we could get another Virgil quicker, faster, more. Maybe not just 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 Virgils, because now people is wearing stuff made in America.
Hey, Jamila, I don't know if I'm hoping I said your name right. I completely agree with your comment, and we're gonna get to the tariff comment topic in a second. I'm surprised that you think tariffs is gonna make the economy better, because
it's gonna get worse at first, and then it's gonna get better.
Why? Let's break that down. Why the fuck is that gonna be the
case? Because if we have these sister manufacturers out here where maybe certain parts is getting made in foreign countries and then they send it to America to get assembled, maybe those people might lose a job for a period of time, or it may be a transition into something different the first couple of years.
Well, again, for the people who are watching or who will watch in the future, let's break down what a tariff is. A tariff is a tax imposed by a government on the import or export of goods between countries. Tariffs, this is what Trump is pushing. Tariffs.
By the way, not to cut you off, but to cut you off, all countries have this. So it's not like Trump just coming through like, oh,
right? No, it's historically.
Like I said,
it's been a thing. It's like not that he invented it, but he's pushing it now.
Ford can't sell cars in China.
Right. Can I finish?
I'm just saying.
Tariffs are a type of trade barrier that can raise prices, reduce the availability of goods and services, and create an economic burden on foreign exporters. So, how does any of that make America's economy better? Because, like we're saying, a tariff is a tax. And it's a tax on imported goods. Like most of the things in America are imported. So if most of the things,
they didn't used to be.
But if most of the things are imported into the country, and there's a new added tax on the imported goods, that means they have to be sold for more. So common goods.
Or he's saying if you build a factory in America, you don't have to get taxed.
Some of the most common goods imported into the United States include machinery, including computers and hardware, electrical machinery, vehicles, minerals, fuels and oils, pharmaceuticals, medical equipment, furniture, lighting signs, plastics, gems.
We know basically everything.
Basically everything. So if everything has to be raised to a higher price to buy because having a tariff tax, that's literally fucking the economy. That's literally making the economy worse. That's literally what inflation is. Literally.
Yo.
What's going on? What do you think about?
If the companies are forced to come back to America, how? Now you don't have to pay a tariff tax because you now
if you get everything in America. If you get everything,
it don't have to be everything, but majority. Like why do all our t-shirts and stuff? Like, come on, bro. Nothing is made in. You can't basically find anything with the made in United States.
But why is that a problem? Why is that a problem? Why is that a problem? Most things are say made in China. Why the fuck is that a problem?
Because if something happens in China, now we can't get nothing.
But nothing's happened like that. It's been like that for generations.
Look at Corona. Corona broke out in China, and we getting all this shit from China, and now all of a sudden we got Corona over here.
So that means we should get tariffs to raise everything.
I'm just giving you an example, bro.
I'm just trying to understand.
I'm not saying that's the main reason, but that is clearly a reason. Somebody could bring that up as an argument point.
Is that you can catch a disease from China?
Not that you could catch a disease, but if something happens in these foreign countries and we're dependent on them for our goods, and something happens over there, that affects us. Anything. What if somebody decided to bomb China, like a different country?
Your piece fell off.
What if another country decided to bomb China or something? You know what I'm saying? And we getting all this stuff from China. Now what? We can't get nothing because we depending on them for damn near everything.
But I don't understand why that can't be the fallback. Like you're saying basically now that there's a tariff tax, if you get shit, it's gonna be more expensive.
No, I'm saying only reason why I understand the tariff tax because the main point of if you bring the company back to America. Or majority, maybe if it's like, say if you building 45% of whatever in America, maybe you don't have to pay that much. But at the end of the day, that's bringing jobs and that's going to help our economy. If Hangs is now saying, oh, Hangs come back to America, and now we got 50,000 textile factories across America that's building Hang t-shirts and boxers again now. That doesn't create jobs. That doesn't help the economy.
No, you know what? In a way, I see what you're saying. It does if people are forced to not go the imported goods route and are forced to buy in America made everything, or most things. Then that is a way around inflation or whatever. Hopefully, it goes that way.
That's all we can.
Because obviously that's a big if.
But Harris's thing was she was trying to put a tax the rich, and we know that's never going to pass in the Congress. We know that's never going to pass. They've been trying to tax the rich for how many years now, bro?
Well, I got another because we got different comments, and I promise I'm gonna get to the comments. But I gotta pull up this for you because we're talking about the economy, and we're talking about Donald Trump's economy plan, and we just mentioned Harris's economy plan. This is what is it? CNN News? Yep.
To Trump. Those vastly superior to Trump. Those are the words.
Now the headline is Nobel economists call Harris's economic plan vastly superior to Trump.
Words used by more than half of the living U.S. Nobel Prize
Who is
winners
this,
for
CNN?
economics.
Yes.
We're talking about Vice President Kamala Harris's economic plan. While each of us has different views on the particulars of various economic policies, we believe that overall, Harris's economic agenda will improve our nation's health, investment, sustainability, resilience, employment opportunities, and fairness, and be vastly superior to the counterproductive economic agenda of Donald Trump. Now, the letter points specifically to Trump's tariff and tax policies that they call inflationary.
To me, the most beautiful word in the dictionary is tariff. And it's my favorite word.
But it also highlights one specific point of major concern. Among the most important determinants of economic success are the rule of law and economic and political certainty. And Trump threatens all of these. We're here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, a critical swing state, talking to voters, and there's no question the economy is a top concern, not just here, but across the country. As of recent polling, 62% of Americans said the economy is bad. The number has actually gotten a little better for the Harris team over the course of the last several weeks. But when you look at the data, one thing is very clear. On the issue of the economy, Donald Trump has long held an advantage and continues to do so. According to one poll, 46 to 38 over Harris on the most critical issue, the election. Vastly superior.
Bro, they literally asked her, would she change anything in the past 4 years from Joe Biden? She said no. Bro, like, how is her economic plan better? Like, look what we've been going through the past 4 years.
I'm old. I don't know her plan.
Me neither.
I don't know.
Nobody does. All she said was she's running to tax the rich.
But she does have one. That's why Nobel economists call Harris's economic plan a vastly
Man, ain't
superior to
nobody
Trump's.
listening to him, man.
Not him. It's not about him. It's more than half of the living U.S. Nobel Prize winners for economics signed a letter of strong support of Vice President Kamala Harris' economic agenda in
That
issue
could
to
be
start.
propaganda.
So it's fake. It's fake news from CNN.
I'm not saying it's fake. I'm just saying it could be true, but who cares? They put it out just for propaganda reasons.
But this was put out before he won the joint. Like it wasn't put out like afterwards. It was put out before
the votes. Like, what are you talking about?
All right. Well, that's proof. I would think that you would think that would understand that's proof that she had a better economic plan.
Even though we're not that people believe that she had a better plan.
But that's their profession, though. Their profession is based upon understanding the data.
But why is all like the business people voting for him then? Why is all as soon as he won, all the top CEOs congratulate him, can't wait to work with him? Why is that?
I mean, they have different agendas, and honestly, he's not. I don't know his demographic for that benefits is not you and I.
How is it not me? I invest in the stock market. Like, what are you talking about?
It's not black people. It's not Latinos. It's not Chinese people. It's not broke people.
We gotta start with this.
It's the rich. Stuff, he's here to make the rich richer.
Race shit, bro. He's here to make who richer?
The rich richer.
So get rich.
Not everyone can do that, Quasi.
Why not?
Not everyone can do that, Quasi, because not everyone's built to get rich. Not everyone.
Okay, so
Trump's not even built to get rich. Trump was born rich. So what are you talking about? Get rich.
There's plenty of people who was born rich and end up broke.
But Trump's. My point is that you said, why not? Can't everyone get rich? Like, that's crazy.
There's the opportunity.
But Trump, like, that's not your. That's.
What does Trump have to do with everybody else's opportunity?
Because that doesn't.
There's a lot of nepotism, yes, but at the end of the day, there's plenty of people who've been passed down money from generations, and then it's like wealth stops at like the third generation. So it's like just because you're born rich don't mean you can keep it.
Okay. Let me just.
The opportunity is there. And the people got to realize, like, we live in America, bro. We live in the greatest country in the world. We have the most opportunity than any other country in the world. And, like, the fearmonger that people put out there on the internet, people just feed into it. And then it just, like, fucks with people's mental health. And now they can't think straight, think clear. And, man, just focus on what you got to focus on and everything will be all right. They put these fear tactics out there for a reason. They know emotional rage. They know this.
I cannot wait to play the one video I got for you because it's a rich man talking. But let me read these comments first. Jamila said the United States pays tariffs, which results in inflation. Our next comment said Americans can't manufacture goods at a cheap cost, which is why we're not doing that. LOL. So either way, prices go up. I'm reading comments.
Okay, boom. If you bring a factory back to America, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now American people are saying, oh, we want to get paid this much, we want to get paid this much.
Mm-hmm.
Union laws, whatever the case may be, right?
Mm-hmm.
We pay them that much. Obviously, the price is going to equal out. I mean, I don't understand.
Well, you got one person on your side that says it brings jobs back and help the economy. That's from Nashawn.
I don't care if anybody on my side.
I'm just saying you got to support it.
I'm just saying, like, bruh, like
Jamila, I think you need to like state your case a little more because I wasn't. Americans can't manufacture goods at a cheap cost.
She's basically saying like, if we bring them in, if we bring the factories back, we're gonna have to pay the workers too much because we can get shit done over there for 10 cents on the dollar or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
So that's why we're able to get things over here at a reasonable price, I guess.
What's your counterpoint to that? Because now I understand that that's a fact. So what do you say back to that?
Everything goes up. The price of living, the wages, everything. So it equals out. If you get paid more, what's the problem? And why will it go up? We don't have to pay for it to go all across the Atlantic.
I don't think that's
like make sense. If you making a T-shirt, right, and the factory is literally upstate New York, and you go to Target, and all the Target had to do was take a bus or 18-wheeler from the factory in upstate New York to the Target in Kingston, pay the fuel. Why do they need to price gouge on the items? You didn't have to pay much for it to get here.
No, I think she's cooking because like you said, if you're paying 10 cents on a dollar or whatever it is in a foreign country,
but then you have to pay for the shipping. That's why we have to pay so much now. By the time it gets here, that's why you got to pay all that stuff.
But that's without the tariff. Like it's like the tariff would make it even obviously way crazier.
But if it's made here, you don't.
But you still got to pay the workers.
Okay, that's all you have to pay.
That's still a difference. That's still a difference from paying.
It'll equal out. It will equal out.
How do you know that, Quasi?
Because we can control it.
Because the shipping is not crazy. Just a shipping without a tariff.
It is because you got diesel. You got to pay for gas 3-4 days on that water. You got to pay for your space on the ship. Then you got to pay for it to get taken off the ship onto the dock. Then you paying for it to get from the dock to the truck. Then you paying for the truck to travel to all these different stores and to unload that. And then you were paying for it to get unloaded from the truck to the store, from the back of the store to the shelf.
How much would that add up for you? Like, what you think?
I don't know. I would have to do the research and figure out how much it'll probably cost. But if you go from all that to factory here, from the factory to the bus, from the factory to the truck to the store,
and then paying the workers a proper wage.
Boom.
But they weren't originally being paid a proper wage. I just don't know
who says that.
The people in foreign countries. I'm saying I don't know. Just like you said, you didn't know if you had to do the research. I don't know that it evens out by paying either minimum wage or higher, as opposed to paying damn near pennies.
I'm saying
plus shipping.
It can even out because they're in control of the economy. So obviously, if people want to raise tax on things because whatever the case may be, gas is up or whatever.
That's still inflation. If you're saying everything goes up, that's inflation.
What do you mean?
Because you were saying the price of living goes up, like the items go up, like whatever the case would be. So it's
all right, but if the unemployment rate is down and the price, so right now the average person makes about like $37,000 a year. But the cost of living is probably like 80 to 100. 80 to 100. Yeah. So you see the price gap is like insane. So if we lessen the gap, then there's no issue.
But if item, okay.
That's the issue. The issue is the average person makes $37,000 a year, but the cost of living is about 80 to 100.
I feel that. So, but at the end of the day, it still sounds like the big if mad jobs are required and replace the import of goods, the mass import of goods that we have on mad different things. Like that's the only thing that will make it somewhat logical or beneficial or whatever.
And it's like, bro, there's no more like small farms. All farms is basically owned by big companies.
Mm-hmm.
So like you bringing back farmers being able to make a living.
I mean, because we was talking about, because you were saying get rich, or I was telling you that I'm not his demographic. Black people aren't his demographic. Poor aren't his demographic. Minorities aren't his demographic.
How? If he's literally saying he wants to make America great. That's everybody in America.
You have you heard his first, one of the first things he plans to do is a mass deportation of Latinos.
He said illegal immigrants, not just Latinos.
Okay, so what do you mean? That's still millions of people.
I know Latinos that say, yeah, get them out of here.
So does that make it? That's brainwashed. There's no validity.
How if the American people is voicing their opinion, saying that it's too many illegal immigrants over here, it's overpopulated. The people are saying that. Like, come on, bro. It's not like he's just coming out saying it. People are saying it.
You think blue lives matter? You think all lives matter?
What do you mean?
Do you think blue lives matter?
I think everybody matters.
So how do you feel about the statement that blue lives matter or all lives matter?
I think it's to inflict emotional outrage.
So does it inflict an outrage within you, or
no?
It's just what does it do? Does it mean nothing to you?
Yeah. I know that people's only saying that because of emotional outrage from Black Lives Matter.
All right. So, but you're not. So, would you say blue lives matter, or would you say like all lives matter? Would you wear a MAGA hat? Would you do these?
I wouldn't.
Would you do these different things that obviously incite?
I don't feed into the propaganda really. Like I may joke around amongst my friends and stuff, but on a serious note, I don't really feed into the propaganda.
Right, because just because a person from a group of people becomes a part of the problem or does something that incites emotional outrage or whatever, like a Latino that is a citizen says that get other Latinos that aren't citizens out of here. That doesn't mean he's right by saying that. That just means he's conditioned.
But you put it on like a single person. Like there's a lot of people saying it. It's not just like one Latino. Like not just Latinos. Every race. I'm pretty sure you can find a person from every race that feels that way. Like okay, yeah, they agree with that agenda.
Do you agree with that agenda?
Man, I believe that everybody should come into the country the legal way.
Do you know that you can come into the country an quote unquote illegal way and become legal, like apply for citizenship?
Okay.
So why isn't that being pushed? Oh my god, I gotta find this video. Why isn't that being pushed as opposed to?
I was pushing it. Somebody was telling me on
You're
Facebook.
Not the president though. Why is the president?
But I'm just saying somebody on my Facebook was like, oh, my neighbor is gonna get deported and stuff. I was like, just tell them to apply to get a green card.
Okay, so we talked about deportation. We talked about tariffs plus deportation. We talked about Trump being president. This is a white man, a rich white man, similar to Donald Trump, explaining
why.
What's
his name?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Maybe I'll find it. Maybe it's in the caption. Explaining why he voted for Donald Trump. And this is who Donald Trump caters to. And he's obviously, if he's a rich white man, that means he's a businessman, things of that nature. And you were saying that, So why are all businessmen congratulating Trump or happy that Trump won?
Trump when you're so into fact. I want to know how it is you voted for Donald Trump when you're so into facts, because his entire campaign is not based in facts. It was all based in propaganda and emotion.
I voted for Donald Trump for one reason only. His policies, if implemented, would slow the dispossession of whites in the United States. If you were to deport all illegal immigrants, if you were to think very hard about letting in any Muslims, all of this would slow the rate at which whites are becoming a minority.
Why are you so worried about the white dispossession of America?
Because I want my people to survive. Is that so strange? We don't control China. We don't control any place where whites are not a majority. And if we become a minority, we will not control our own destiny anymore.
I grew up in this country as a minority, as the children of immigrants. I was their first child born in America. And while I didn't have much possession or didn't much control, I really enjoyed myself. You say that you wouldn't want me in this country?
At some point, when my ancestors built this nation, they did not build it with the intention of giving it away to Mexicans or Chinese or Asians or to anyone else.
Do you consider, you keep saying your ancestors built this country, you consider that a fact?
Who else built it?
Black people, Native Americans, Chinese people who came and built the railroads.
Do you think none of that could have been
Italian
achieved?
people.
But they're Europeans, aren't they?
Well, yeah, it's the economy, stupid.
Anyway, so
Most
that is who. What?
bro, like, all
That
right,
is
if you wanna-
who. That is who Donald Trump caters to. That is who Donald Trump is and caters to.
bro, at the end of the day, right?
Donald Trump does not care about
you
the
go
black
on
people, the
IRS.org,
Latinos.
you go on the IRS.gov right now and fill out a form to start a business.
Sure.
Can you promote that business and become 100x, become a millionaire? Yes or no?
I guess. Sure.
Okay, then. So, like, what are we talking about, bro?
What was that for?
Because you sit here saying he's catering to this demographic. We can become that demographic. All we have to do is become organized and get the money. That's it. But if we get this mindset, oh, it ain't for me, it ain't for me, it ain't for me, it ain't never gonna be for you.
What's it called?
Until they start turning us away from making these investments, turning us away from buying property, like deliberately and not like maybe a little gatekeeping, until it's deliberate, bro, there's opportunity out there for us. And we gotta take advantage of it. Simple as that.
Quasi, I want to say this, and I want it to be understood. I appreciate this conversation. It's going swell. But I need you to understand, if Trump plans to take out the Latinos or the illegal Latinos or not citizen Latinos, which is the majority of Latinos in America, if he plans to give states that align with him, because like we were talking about before, he's endorsed it, the right to ban abortions.
You know, he's giving states the right to vote.
Right. But the South heavily is against abortions, but it's fine.
Yeah.
How long do you think? Because it's really not. It could be broken down to rich versus poor or middle class.
It's
whatever.
always been that.
But how long do you think it's going to be before he's getting black people up out of here? Not even necessarily out of here. Not even out of here. Not even out of here. Not even like deported, but killed. Prison.
When he gonna start that in year 3?
What do you mean?
When he gonna start doing that in like year 3?
I'm just saying, if he doesn't cater, if he caters to white rich men, which
he's not,
we are
bro,
not,
he's catering to the American.
He's not
people,
even catering to black rich men, because black rich men don't fuck with him, because obviously he's racist. So obviously he doesn't cater to black people.
He may be prejudiced, but he ain't racist.
He may be prejudiced,
and everybody's a little prejudiced. Like, come on.
Can you explain the difference for the people that could possibly see this between being prejudiced and being racist?
I don't think he's out here like trying to hurt black people or hate black people. Now, Will he give a white person maybe a job before a black person? Maybe, because for prejudice reasons, maybe. But I'm pretty sure if a black person was in a position of power, he would probably hire a black person before a white person.
Love this
And
conversation.
an Asian person might hire an Asian person.
Love this conversation. So if you have a boss, a parent, a teacher, a superior authority above you that is prejudiced or racist, sexist, whatever the case may be is, don't you think that incites hate, racism, all these different negative things in your followers, the people who are supporters of you? That's why there are so many.
But he denounced all that. He denounced white supremacy many of times. He denounced the KKK many a times. He denounced the leader of the KKK many a times. Say he don't want them to support him. He did it many of times.
So, but what is? I don't understand.
So you saying because these white or white supremacist people are happy that Donald Trump is winning, that's his fault?
No, but I'm saying that
just because they want to turn up because they feel like Donald Trump might be whatever they paying him out to be, that's not his fault.
So let me guess. What I'm about to show you is not his fault.
It depends.
Nah, I already know that's what you're about to say. This is a Republican, a white Republican, who's obviously in favor of Donald Trump. Let's see what he has to say about this, about the
what's his name?
Abortion ban. We'll go over that in a second.
The feel when we control your bodies. Hey,
bro, I'm not with the abortion stuff, bro.
Nick Fuentes is his name. But it's
all Nick Fuentes. Come on, bro. This guy is an extremist.
Control your bodies. Guess what? Guys win again. Okay.
Look at this stuff.
He said, and you know when he said this? When Donald Trump won.
He's an extremist.
Yes,
we got to go over it.
Hi. I'm your Republican congressman. Hi, I'm your...
And he's a congressman.
Republican congressman. It's your body, my choice. And men, women again. Men win again. There will never, ever be a female president. Never. There will never be a female president.
I think I'm good on that.
Yeah, like what?
Because that's so relevant,
bro. But there's extremists on both sides, bro. There's good people and there's bad people, bro.
Okay,
that's the way life is. Like as when God created everybody, He created good and bad.
Can you give me an example of that? If Kamala would have won, or like what were the extremists in the Democrat? What's the Democrat version of that? What are the extremists with if Kamala would have won? Who would have made a statement like that?
The girlies.
Expand.
We run the world, girls. Who run the world, girls.
So that's a
run this motherfucker.
Is that a damaging statement, or is that even extreme?
No.
So what are you talking about? What point are you making right now?
That they you asked me who came out.
So he would. So you're saying he was an extremist, and your point, your counter to that is that if Kamala would have won, they would have celebrated. He's celebrating in like a vicious, sexist, predatory way.
Because I don't have the same viewpoints as these people, they may take certain people coming out saying like gay rights or transgender rights in schools are now here. So some people who don't align with those ideologies might view that as extreme.
Saying people's fucking rights are here, like people have rights. That's extreme.
To some people, the transgender stuff is extreme.
Is it, Quasi?
I don't care. I told you I don't care.
But so we having a conversation because you're saying to me, he's an extremist, clearly, and he's a damn near a predator. Like I wouldn't trust him around any female that I fucking know. Yeah. Wild shit. But you're saying the opposite is.
I'm celebrating
that you have rights,
but because I align with this ideology that's an extreme, that's why I can say that. There's some people saying like, yeah, celebrating with them. You see what I'm saying? And then when you counterpoint that, some people might say people celebrating for the transgender rights is extreme. The same way he's quote unquote celebrating the Roe versus Wade.
But one is celebrating you have rights versus being
because
evil.
You align with that viewpoint is the reason why perspective is everything.
Brother. So it's like back to the civil rights. Like when black people were able to
Again,
get rights.
and there were some people that was mad, bro.
And they were racist. So it's like, and they were racist. They were ugly, evil people. So it's not like
bigot.
Right. So, but like,
A
so
sexist.
But you're kind of co-signing, or like you're saying that
I'm not co-signing.
you're saying that you understand. You say
yes, yes, I am, because I understand everything. Well, not everything, but I try to see from other people's point of view.
Okay.
I don't always think like my
I get
point
what
of
you're
view
saying
is the only way, because there's billions of people out here and everybody don't feel
I'm not. It's not. There's not there. You don't have to say that your way is the only way, but there is a right and a wrong, a good and an evil.
But who's to say? In your life is good and evil, and his life is good and evil. Everybody's living their own life, so nobody's to say like this main thing is good and bad. Like obviously, certain things we can agree upon as a or society. Mm-hmm. Like we know you shouldn't just murder somebody for no reason or harm a child for no reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we can agree on certain things as universal, good and bad.
But the way you're defending it is
transgenderness or being okay with abortion. That's that individual's perspective. Like, so it's not like whole wave the wand like that's automatically bad. That's automatically good.
You lost me with the wand shit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Because like everybody is not gonna agree on it, but majority is not gonna agree on it. You see, but majority of people will agree murdering somebody for no reason is bad. But clearly, majority of people is not agreeing on can people have abortions or not? Should transgender be taught in school to children or not? Clearly, majority's not agreeing on it.
Okay, so we can agree that he's a predator.
We can.
Person.
We can.
Do you think the majority can?
Maybe, but there's gonna be some people out there that might agree with him.
Because he's a white supremacist, so he's racist. So like that's what I'm saying. Like when you are these things, when these labels, you are a part. Like these labels define you. It doesn't really matter. Like if someone was like, "Oh, I agree with him," because like it's not a matter of agreeing or not agreeing.
Yeah, but labels is a society. Like what labels is? He's still human. Labels is a society thing at the end of the day. So just because he's all these things, would you want something bad to happen to him?
I would want.
Or would you want something bad to happen to him? Or would you rather have an experience to where he may happen to change his mind and have different viewpoints?
Yeah, Donald Trump winning fucking the election clearly wasn't the one. Like, he's not going to change the way that he's viewing things because this is what happened. This is how he felt after Donald Trump won. That's what I'm saying. His win, his election incites hatred and evil in people.
But it does it regardless. There's good and bad people. When Obama won, there was people that was mad.
But it's not. He wasn't pushing a hateful message.
It don't matter. But when he won, there was still people that was mad. So now they pushing hate because they mad.
But okay. But what do you think pushes more hate? Someone who is hateful, is prejudiced, is sexist, with all these different things, leading the country, or some people that are just mad because someone that is not pushing that agenda. Like, I mean, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
If he's pushing that type of shit, obviously everyone's gonna come out of the woodwork.
I don't think Donald Trump is pushing that rhetoric that you're saying.
Okay.
Now, don't pull up no clips before he was president.
Florida has rejected adding a state constitutional amendment guaranteeing access to an abortion. That needed 60% of the vote to pass. And Margaret, this is a victory for Governor Ron DeSantis in that state. And now doesn't it mean that most of the South has very restrictive abortion policies?
Very restrictive. And for this state, it is also important because Donald Trump endorsed the no. So
what did I tell you? Didn't I tell you that he endorsed the abortion bans? No, yeah, exactly.
Just because she said it?
I'm giving you I'm saying this is from the news, bro. That's
CBS News. No. They're saying he pushed the no because he doesn't align with it. He doesn't believe that a woman should get an abortion after the 7th, 8th, and 9th month. That's what he believes.
Week, not month, week.
Or whatever, week. That's what he believes. So that's why they saying he pushed the no. He's not saying that's law. He's saying that's what he believes.
So you're endorsing it,
bro. That's his belief.
You're also giving states.
So be a free thinker. Like what the freak, bro? Like we got so many sheep. Oh, just because the president.
No, but it's more than that, bro. It's one thing. So if you have that belief,
I don't care what the next man believes. I'm not going to change.
It's not because more than that. Because it's one thing if that's just your belief. If that's your belief, that's your prerogative. But if you're giving states that you know align with that belief the power to let the people vote, the people that are not women, men are voting whether women can have abortions or not. And you know that you have the belief, you're doing something outside of your belief. You're now giving the power to men. He doesn't
believe in abortions.
Okay, so it's more than just a belief. Now you're taking action. And instead of snapping your finger and saying no more abortions, you're leaving it to the
women that don't
countries.
Believe in abortions either.
Okay, so those women shouldn't get abortions.
So you believe that when a woman gets pregnant, a man should have no say so? Like
that's between those two.
Individuals.
Yes, that pair, that couple. Yes, they should. I'm not saying he probably. That's a different conversation. But that's a more reasonable, logical conversation. Yeah. Giving states the vote whether they can ban abortions after the 6th week of a pregnancy, when most women don't even know that they're pregnant until like at least 8 weeks or so, like whatever. Like you're screwing however many people.
Again, I don't think
some people will just say just let them have a hanger and do what they gotta do or whatever.
I don't think
we wouldn't say that.
We should govern that. Like I don't believe in governing the abortion thing. If somebody wants to have an
Kamala
abortion,
wouldn't have.
If somebody wants to have an abortion, let them have an abortion. If they don't, they don't. Like.
But now Florida's the first state. I think you said Texas too.
Texas, yeah.
That's doing that. And then I believe I heard that if they go, I don't know.
If they go out and get
it, they can have
that's all crazy
consequences for it and whatnot. And that's all under Trump. Oh, let's get to good brother Haas McComb. He had a comment.
he did say there's exceptions, like
exceptions.
Yeah, like rape, incest, and life of a mother.
I mean, hopefully now you gotta like pull up with receipts. Like, yo, this is an exception or whatever. Like, not just
if the mother's life's on the line, they'll perform their abortion. If you got raped, they'll perform their abortion. That's what they saying. They saying they don't want to kill fetuses for no reason.
Good brother Haas McComb.
That's what they saying.
Good brother Haas McComb said, "Men believe in women's rights. Who said that men don't? The problem is we don't support murder." Now, if a woman, I don't know why we're laughing because this is the serious shit. He messing it up. The problem is we don't support murder. Now, if a woman has medical issues in which the baby has complications and she has to abort to save a life, in that case, then she has to make that decision. If you are a real man, you will agree and support not only women's rights, but also the rights of the child/baby. Do you agree? Do you agree with that statement?
No, because these people don't even really think about what they're saying.
Who's these people?
Like these people that is like, oh no, abortion is murder, right? You want to scream is murder, but you'll turn around and kill somebody for committing a crime.
Right.
So like, are you pro-life or not?
Yeah. Facts.
So that's why it doesn't make sense to me when they be like, oh, it's murder, this, that, and third. You know, because like the same people the same people will turn around and be like, oh, he committed this crime, death penalty.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean,
the same states that's abandoning abortion is the same states that got the death penalty.
Yeah. Haas McCone, you got some explaining to do because two people here don't align with that comment.
And like respect for the baby. I mean,
since we're talking about Trump, we might as well just get it all the way. According to the Washington Post, in an article a year ago, or maybe it was published. The article was published. This article was published more than 1 year ago. The judge clarifies: yes, Trump was found to have raped E. Jean Carroll.
Yo, why he not in jail then?
He's a billionaire.
Bro, come on, bro.
What's the question here? What's the question?
Because you got a billionaire, you can't go.
He was convicted of 33 felonies. Why is he? Huh?
They were misdemeanors.
Every article says they were felonies. They're all
Propaganda.
misdemeanors?
Look it up.
All right, well, rape isn't a misdemeanor. So what are we talking about? Why are you dying?
Because that man ain't rape nobody, man. Like what, bro?
So why is this article on the Washington Post saying that the judge clarified this?
It's propaganda, bro. Like, so the media don't lie. So the Wall Street Journal never came out with no lies, no propaganda stories to hype something up.
So what is me citing my sources? Like, what is that? Like, is there no point to it? Because like, if
Proof
Fox
in
News,
court, bro.
CNN, judge clarifies.
So did he get proven guilty of rape?
The headline says judge clarifies. Yes, Trump was found to have raped E.G. Carroll.
So did he get proved guilty?
He might not. I mean, he might not. I guess not. I don't know.
All right then. So like, what are we talking about, bro?
What are we talking about? So
exactly.
Just because he didn't go to jail for it, that means he didn't do it?
He should be in jail if he did it, is what I'm saying. So clearly he didn't do it.
So why is the judge clarifying
why didn't that judge detain him at that courthouse?
I don't know that, Quasi. I'm not there for that.
I'm saying, like,
so the judge's line, or that's fake. This is fake. Washington Post is putting out fake news.
It must be a fake article. It has to be, because ain't no way a judge gonna say found guilty on rape, but you free to go.
Bro, he didn't go to jail or prison for he 33 felonies or misdemeanors. He didn't go to jail or prison for none of that.
They didn't.
So what are we talking about?
He was time to serve on those.
Huh?
Maybe there was no time to serve.
Okay, Quasi.
I'm just saying, like, all of a sudden Trump is this bad guy, but like before he wanted to be president, everybody loved him. Like, Oprah Winfrey literally had her on his show asking this man to run for president, and then when he tries to run for president, now you're trying to chastise him? Like, bro, like, what, bro? That makes no sense, bro. He literally was on Oprah Winfrey's show. She literally asked this man, will you ever become president? Oh, I think you'll make a great president. Says this. Runs for president, and now you're trying to say he's a bad guy?
Quasi,
all of a sudden.
Quasi, I'm not going to lie to you. That point, I see where you're going with that point, but just because Oprah said he should be president doesn't mean like that.
No, what I'm saying
that doesn't correlate to the country feeling like he's a bad person.
Okay, the country. What I'm saying is, right, if you say this 20 years ago, and now the guy tries to run for president, and now you're saying, oh, he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy.
Bro, not everyone was saying it was just that shit was.
I'm talking about Oprah specifically.
All right, Oprah, maybe Oprah still fucks with him. I don't
know she did. She came out and back.
She was wrong. Then she was fucking. She realized, damn, that shit was fucking wrong.
It's clearly freaking propaganda, bro. It's clearly propaganda. It's clearly the Democrats propaganda, bro. It's propaganda to get the people to vote for Democrats, vote for Republicans. For me, honestly, I say, especially for black people, we need to leave the politics alone and organize and start building back our own communities.
Okay.
Because the politics ain't doing nothing but separating and dividing us. Doing exactly what they want. They already know we not organized. They already know we the fucking least educated. They know this shit at the top, bro. So, like, they just looking down laughing, bro. And we just keep feeding into this shit. Like, every 4 years, and then throughout the 4 years.
Who do you think pushes more separation? Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Both. Not Kamala. No, it's not. And it's not neither one of them. Neither one of them.
Nigga, which one? You just said both.
Neither one of them. It's the freaking people above them. It's the It's the Democratic Party. It's the Republican Party. It's people that's at power. People that really have the power, not these presidents.
With what we've talked about today alone, how does Donald Trump not push separation if he's talking about deportation?
He's saying that because that's what the American people want, bro. The American people want that. The people have spoken, and he's saying that. Like, why you think that's why he literally ran ad campaigns, and the most one that got the most traction was the mass deportation. So clearly, that's what the people want. The American people is clearly saying they want the mass deportation.
I'm missing the YouTube comments. Let's see what the YouTube comments.
Because they think that the jobs is getting taken away, acting like knowing damn well they're not gonna be out there picking strawberries and shit.
Francis said we need LGBT rights Even Mike Tyson supports LGBT. It's time for you to join us. That's what Francis said.
They have their rights. Obama gave it to them. You could get married gay. You could get there's gay marriages.
For now.
He didn't say he was taking that away.
Until that gets banned.
He didn't say he was taking away that. He said he was taking away the transgender stuff.
Spooky times we live in. Is there anything else
you pro-trans?
Am I pro-trans?
Yeah.
Meaning what?
Are you pro-trans?
Like,
do you support transgenders?
As long as they're not hurting nobody, I don't see why not. Like as long as they're not hurting nobody, as long as they're not like spreading hate, as long as like they're not like doing hateful shit, like I don't see.
They say it's only like 5% anyway of the world population.
Okay, so like there's no reason for you not to quote unquote support somebody who just wants rights.
Do you support it in schools, being taught in schools and stuff?
What do you mean being taught?
Like
how to become
curriculum trans? About.
I wouldn't. I mean, I never heard of it, but I'm sure. Like, if it was a part of like health class, I wouldn't be like opposed to it because like everything else is a part of health class. Like, it's health.
Let's talk about RFK Jr., who's a part of Trump's cabin, and who's about to shut down the FDA, shut down all these chemicals that's being put in the food. Let's talk about the positive stuff that Trump's about to do, though. People always want to do with this emotional outrage.
Enlighten me.
RFK, he's about to come through, ban all these chemicals. You probably won't be able to drink that no more.
Okay.
He's about to ban all these red 40, yellow 4, all these dyes and chemicals that they put in the food. All the stuff they spraying on the farms. You know, Bill Gates in China owns like 80% of the farms in the U.S.
Okay. I'm listening. I'm waiting
He's breaking all that up, bringing back farmers, bringing back good soil. So, like, come on, like, Trump is about to do some good stuff. And it's not only him, it's his team that he's bringing with him.
I just need way more than that he's going to...
Man, that's all I need, man. That's great enough for me.
There's literally a stack of...
Bro,
a mountain. We can talk about
poison in the food. There's literally stuff that... All right, if you buy Frosted Flakes in the United States versus the UK, you two totally different ingredients. Why? Same company, same brand. Why does theirs say corn, milled corn, and maybe like vanilla for flavoring, and that's it? But we got a whole paragraph.
Okay.
Come on. Who's doing that to us?
I guess.
The health organization that's supposed to be looking out for our best interests. The people at the top. The same people putting out these propaganda campaigns to try to make you not vote for what's about to happen in America, the good stuff.
So
the same people who's lining their pockets with the dollars because they're spraying these chemicals to make food grow faster, so they making a money ROI faster. No, we're not doing that no more. RFK is coming in and he's shutting that shit down.
Okay. I'm not saying that Trump ain't gonna do anything good for but it's like when you say that one thing.
That's very important.
That's very important.
That's
hopefully it happens.
That's like right after economics.
Food?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Because, bro, I seen the one thing, they took a Dorito, put it under a microscope. Bro, there's literally live parasites on the fucking chips.
That's not good. I don't like that.
Like, I'll never eat a Dorito. Like, bro, that's what I'm saying. That's what they doing to the food to us in America. The same chemicals banned in these other countries, they allowing it in our food.
I mean, as important as that is, I just feel like that's such an easy fix that like it's
so why ain't been fixed? Why has it been going on for the past 30 years?
I don't know, bro.
Oh,
it wasn't
because the Democrat Obama ain't care about it.
Like you said, he was president for 4 years.
Obama ain't care about it,
and Trump was president for 4 years too. And he didn't do it
either.
He
literally admits it, and he literally admits that he picked the wrong team. He got bamboozled. He said he picked the wrong team. He had the wrong people around him. He couldn't do the right thing. This time he knows what he's doing. He got the right people around him.
gonna make for some good reels.
Come on, we getting the food. Make America healthy again. That's what
That's the
RK.
next
That's RK slogan.
Okay. All right. Anything else concerning Trump before we move on to the next topic? I feel like we covered a lot of
People
ground.
just need to do what they gotta do, regardless of who the
How
president
long
is.
we been talking about Trump for? I don't even know.
That's because the emotional outrage is just insane.
I'm trying to see how long we've been talking about this guy. An hour. That's a good video right there. That's a good clip. All right. Let's move on. Unless you got anything else. People just need to do what they gotta do.
Do what you gotta do. Save, invest your money, man. Stop being so caught up in consuming. Invest.
All right, let me
for your future.
Before we move to the next topic, let me just ask these couple questions. I feel like it's kind of like a review of what we've discussed. Donald Trump wins 2024 election. What does this mean for women?
I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't know how they feel.
You don't have to be a woman.
I mean, I don't know, bro.
To have some type of
what
insight.
Do you mean? What does it do for them?
If we said, we just got done discussion that Trump has given the states the power to give the people of the states the right to vote for an abortion ban for women.
I guess it makes it harder for women to get abortions.
Makes it harder for women to get abortions. Like that clip, let's talk about that, because like the clip that we talked about where it was Nick Fuentes, I believe, had that weird, nasty, evil message. There are also other people with the same mindset, because he was saying men control your bodies, you don't control your bodies, you don't have rights to your bodies, men control your bodies. Like rape, whatever doesn't get me canceled, is a high topic now because it's encouraging that sick mindset or whatever. So it's a real reality or possibility that rape will go up alongside with murder, because
it went up when they let the migrants in.
Immigrants?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What?
Rate went up.
When did they
look it up?
When did they let the
in New York City? Look it up.
So what's your point? Are you saying that it doesn't matter because it went up in another scenario?
No.
So what was the point? What was your point?
Bad is bad. Like there's been bad going. This bad's been happening. Is my point.
But if it gets worse,
we just need to focus on being good people. When we focus on the negativity, you attract it.
Right. You and I can agree with that. But you and I aren't the fucking weirdos that are saying that men control women's bodies.
So protect the women around you. Protect the women around you.
Yeah, the easiest, the most effective way to do that is not to have elected Trump, because now you have different people. People wouldn't be saying that.
Yeah, they would.
How are they going to say? How would they say that, bro? How would they say that? Because Kamala wasn't going to give states the right to vote for abortion bans. Trump did. Now, as a result, fucking weird ass white supremacists, weird ass men, white men, all types of weird ass men are saying that they have control over women's bodies because of Trump. It's not exactly direct, but it's an indirect result of electing Trump to be the president. So rape is a high possibility of going up. Murder is a high possibility of going up because of racist people.
So what do we got to do to fix it? Because Trump already won, so we can't be like, oh, it's happening because we voted for Trump. Okay, Trump won. What's the solution?
Is LeBron your man or not?
What's the solution? No, what's the solution? Because we love to focus
what's it called?
Black people love to focus on the problem, but we never want to.
The solution was not electing him in the first place.
All right, but
now that he's the president, you gotta protect your family. You gotta protect yourself.
And what happened? And we been had to do that. We had to do that before he was the president.
Okay, and guess what?
He's the president.
It would have been you would have been living in a safer America for women, for Latinos, for minorities, for black people, for kids, for children, for all these different types of groups of people. Had he not been elected president, had Kamala been elected president,
it's gonna be safe regardless.
It's going to be safe regardless? No, it's not. We just talked about rape and murder going up. How is that going to be safe regardless?
People want it to happen by speaking it, by saying it. That doesn't mean, listen. These fascist, sexist people coming out and saying this shit on the internet, These niggas is just talking, bro.
No.
Most of these niggas are just talking.
Yes and no. Because just like Trump is prejudice, is all the whole list of lines, he has people below him that look to him as like a god, as a king, and moves accordingly. You see it. Niggas stormed the fucking Capitol, like just out of a whim. Like I don't know, it was like however many people, 100 people, whatever, how many of his supporters did that. Never before has that been done. So you can't say, huh?
That's what the Constitution is for. Like,
You
bro,
can't
we
say-
control the government. You know that, right? We control the government as a people. That's what the Constitution is for. The people versus the government. So if we don't fight for our rights, they'll get taken away.
Can you agree?
Simple as that.
Can you agree that there are people on the internet that are just talkers, but they have a voice and they have followers that are not talking, that believe and then act on their own accord.
Yes.
So exactly. So when the people that follow and look up and idolize Trump will move on their own accord.
But
The people that
out here saying
Nick Fuentes,
women, bro.
Nick Fuentes is under Trump. He has a voice.
He say he under Trump. How is he under Trump?
How is he not?
I'm pretty sure Trump
Republican.
never said, "Oh, Nick Fuentes says he's a good guy. I endorse him." Trump said that. Trump said Nick Fuentes.
Trump's latest dinner guest, Nick Fuentes, white supremacist. The former president's table for four at Mar-a-Lago on Tuesday also include. Huh?
Let me see.
Nigga, what? Here? You think I'm reading my own handwriting?
No, I just want to see where the article comes from.
All right, there you go. What now, bro? Because this is real.
Also includes Kanye West. Bro, this is a dinner. Bro, what? So you trying to tell me you made it seem like Trump had a one-on-one sit down with this guy?
Because
it was a charity dinner and Nick Fuentes was there.
He was his dinner guest.
It was invited. A charity dinner and Nick Fuentes was there,
and
bro.
he invited Nick Fuentes to his dinner.
Bro, anybody could type up, bro. All right, whatever. He invited him. I'm doubt it. He literally, I can show you.
My words was, what were my words? I said that he was.
But I can show you videos of Trump denouncing white supremacy.
I said that.
Okay. So what are you saying?
But it doesn't matter if you denounce it. If you're.
So he's not aligning with it,
bro. If your views still align with it, I could say I don't fuck with. I could be racist and say like against black people and say I don't fuck with the KKK though. Who the fuck cares if I'm still racist against black people? I still align with the KKK. My views still align.
But what
all I said was that Nick Fuentes was under Trump. I didn't say that Trump is endorsing Nick Fuentes. What is Nick Fuentes in that picture wearing? A MAGA hat.
So?
Because he's under Trump.
Kanye West was there too. It says that in the statement.
I'm not supporting fucking Kanye West. Kanye West is a nut job. So what was that point?
How's he a nut job?
Because everything that we're talking about, if you are a black man knowing that he's prejudiced to black people and you are wearing a MAGA hat, supporting him, blah, 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 endorsing him, and literally Kanye West especially has had mental breakdowns after mental breakdowns publicly, which is wilding.
Says who?
The news. It's
propaganda.
And cameras.
It's been
recorded.
I never seen it. I've never seen Kanye West have a mental breakdown.
We can do a different episode. We can explore Kanye West's mental health because it's been like documented. Like
that's propaganda.
Yo, is that the word of the day? You said that like a
bro, because that's what makes the freaking world go around. Conspiracy theories and propaganda, bro. Like that's what makes the world go around. Like what? Are you serious?
When you say it's propaganda, what do you mean?
Mass media putting it out there to make people think a certain way.
So not documentation. Because it's been
they write the documents. Like what?
Well, so what about someone recording a mental breakdown?
That's different.
Okay, because Kanye West is being recorded. There's different examples of it, Quasi. We're talking about Trump and the different things. Like,
yeah, because
Kanye West is a whole different topic.
Him saying slavery was a choice. He had a mental breakdown.
Like, was slavery a choice to you?
Was it people breaking away?
Yeah.
Oh, so then yeah. Because like
breaking away and dying.
So
slavery was a choice because that's what I'm saying. Kanye West is a whole different topic.
So would you become a slave right now?
They didn't choose to become a. You're actually
right now. Said Jalani, slave or die. What you picking?
If they said it, I would say die. Obviously.
All right then.
But I've also lived. No, don't do that. I've also lived the life of a free man.
So what?
For the last 28 years. People were born into slavery.
We don't want to get into the slavery topic.
Yeah, hell no.
Bro, how you gonna say all black people were slaves when it was black people with money back then?
When's back then to you? What are we talking about?
What time period?
Exactly. You said back then. When back then?
When back then? You tell me when. Any time period, black people had money. Master Musa.
Listen.
Money.
Okay. Yeah.
So what?
Okay, what is that?
That's AD. Like, bro, we been getting to the back.
We not saying.
So tell me how you gonna sit here and say all black people were slaves when there was black people with millions of dollars or money, whatever it equated to, at the same time niggas were slaves. So to me, it seems like it's always been about rich and poor. It's always been about rich and poor. How?
Why can't there be both? There's a period of time when there was
I'm talking
few people that were rich, few black people that were rich, and there was a period of time where there were mass people that were enslaved. Why is that? Why can't two be
I'm saying the poor people were slaves and the rich people wasn't. So to say like all black people,
Mansa Musa wasn't in America. So what are we talking about?
So what?
We're talking about American slavery.
Bro, and all I'm saying is, to me, and for my research, slavery was about economics. Same way it is now, just some people work minimum wage, some people own a business. What's the difference? You own a plantation, you work on a plantation. Bro, it's just modern day slavery. It's always been about wealth. It's always been about money, and maybe it's been harder for maybe tables have turned somewhere in history and made it harder for black people to obtain their wealth because of the psychological shit that they have learned and how to program people's mind and the way people think. And they know if they put out certain messages, it brings people into a lower thinking or a lower vibration. And now
I agree with that.
Emotion.
I agree with that.
So that set us back. We may have been set back, but I'm not jacking that all black people were slaves and we just all come from the plantation and we just got to figure it out and we all started. I'm not jacking that, bro. I'm not. There may have been a time period where we have been set back due to not having enough knowledge or they did something to take that away from us.
I'm not saying all black people were slaves either, but the people that were literally captured, raped, taken to on a ship with like bodies on top of bodies. Nobody want to talk
about black people had slaves too.
Is that American history? Are we talking about American? Because they definitely didn't have slaves when they was slaves in America.
So you
trying in American history?
You trying to tell me? You trying to tell me?
What's going on? What's going on?
You trying to tell me? At one point in time in America, it was only rich white people and slaves black people.
As far as I know, Quasi.
Bro, what? Do some more research. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Do some more research on slavery.
I will. Before, like I said, that was just for my question. What does this mean for women?
It seems like
it got out of hand.
For what does this mean for women? It seems like a lot of women are very, very, very scared, very upset, and I just feel like we should do what we always had to do: protect women. Always, I always stood on that. Like, okay, protect women.
Donald Trump wins 2024. What does this mean for Latinos?
I mean, you see, they came out and voted for Trump, so I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's a brainwashing because there's women.
But why? How come you can say it's brainwashing that way, but not brainwashing the other way?
Are you asking that for real?
Yes.
What do you mean? What do you mean? If I say it's brainwashing what other way? Voting for Kamala?
Yeah.
How would it be brainwashing for Kamala? She's not threatening to deport anybody. She's not threatening or she's not endorsing taking away people's rights. So how would it be brainwashing for a group of people to vote for Kamala? She's not threatening any group of people.
But people don't want a lot of immigrants freely in America.
Okay, but to your point, you just said, why is it brainwashing one way and not the other
I'm
way?
not, maybe not that so V versus V, that situation versus that situation as far as deportation, but there's other messages that could be put out there to brainwash people.
Such as?
I don't know. I don't know her. She didn't come out with no policy, so it's like.
All right, so but at that point you're talking out of your ass if you have no examples, like saying that.
I'm just saying, as far as Democrats and Republicans, they both come out and put out messages to try to brainwash people to vote for them.
But I'm not saying that's what I'm saying.
You saying they brainwash the Latinos is brainwashed. I'm saying both parties put out messages to brainwash.
Right, but I'm not saying. I'm saying it's brainwashed for you to know that he's coming after a group of people. He's doing something against a group.
But
of people.
He ain't coming after them.
Who?
The people that voted.
What do you mean?
The same Latinos that voted, he ain't coming after them because they're illegal.
Yeah.
So they ain't worried about it, clearly.
But he's still coming after their group of people.
But
Latinos.
clearly they don't care because they came out and voted.
But that's why you're brainwashed. Because if you're
brainwashed, maybe they don't care.
If you're a Latino, you definitely either have family or friends that are not citizens in America.
And maybe they want them to get in the right way. What's wrong with that?
So you what? But that's brainwashing. That's what I'm saying.
But I don't see how. Maybe that's their opinion.
If what's it called? If Trump says, if you vote, you can vote for me, blah blah. There's benefits to it, but all your family, the family in your household, gotta be homeless. And I vote for him. I'm brainwashed because I'm.
Hold on, say that again.
If Trump pitches his campaign or whatever, says there's benefits or whatever, but he says the kicker is, or the catch is, that everyone in your family got to be homeless, or the family in your household got to be homeless, except you.
That's extreme.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Deportation is that's what deportation is.
Back to their country,
bro. You gotta get the example.
Your family gonna be homeless, like what, bro?
They're getting kicked. If one's getting kicked out of the house, one's getting kicked out of the country, bro. It's a pretty decent example.
No, because you're going back to your country. You're telling somebody they gotta
get out the house. Okay, not homeless. Okay, not homeless. Since we gotta be fucking specific, we play semantics at this point. Not homeless, but they gotta get out of the house. They gotta find a new home. They cannot live with you anymore.
Okay.
So that if I say that my family, let's say my family, like my kids, my wife, whatever the case it be is, they gotta go if you vote for me, and I still vote for them, vote for him. I'm brainwashed because I'm thinking more about myself.
Yeah, that don't mean you're brainwashed, bro. That does not mean you're brainwashed. That just means you align with whatever he offered you. You feel like that's better than having your family in your house.
If say it's black people, then let's make it more specific. If it's black people, if he says you vote for me, he says there's benefits to voting for me, but he says if you vote for me, half the black people in America gotta go back to Africa, or gotta go to China, or gotta be imprisoned, whatever the case it be is, and you still vote for him. You were brainwashed.
I don't see why you think they're brainwashed. Why can't they just believe? Why can't they just want whatever he's saying?
Because the women, we going from different groups of people to different groups of people. If you are a woman,
now the women is different. If you are a woman, came out and voted crazy for Trump. Now I don't understand that because it's like
that's brainwashed, is it not?
No, maybe they follow their husband.
They brainwash something. Then their husbands brainwash them because you are going against a mass. Your mass group of people, you're going against yourself.
Or they could not believe in abortion. It could be numerous things.
Bro, you cannot, but it's still taking away someone's rights. So, whether you will believe, that's what we talked about before. You can have your own beliefs.
You got no rights if you in America illegally.
I'm talking, if we're talking about women.
Oh, yeah.
And you should definitely have rights if you're in a.
You got human rights.
Right.
Yeah, nobody's saying that.
I mean, you don't got those. You don't got those rights. You technically still have human rights, but you won't be an American with them. You'll be fucking deported back to Mexico.
Well, why can't
Colombia
you apply and come in the country the right way? You can't just.
Why can't that be the situation?
Bro, why is it America? You can't just go to China. These motherfuckers can't just go to Russia. How they come into America?
Right.
So I don't understand why everybody think that there's such a huge deal when you can't go to England. You can't just walk into England. How people just walking into
Yeah,
America,
honestly,
bro.
see, this is not
Like,
even
come on,
it's not
bro.
even my stance, but I know people. The counter to that is that's how America was founded. Literally, white people came to America. They didn't have no fucking. They weren't citizens. They didn't take no citizenship. They took the shit. They took the shit over. Now it's mad ironic
You
that
can't use that as a point because at that point in time, that's how everything was found through war. People was literally traveling, fighting over land, and conquering land. That's what was happening back then. So you can't use that rhetoric in today's
But
society.
it's just
Because that don't
ironic.
make no sense. Because the same people that was traveling over here, went over there and conquered that land, went over there and lost, didn't win that land, came over here, fought, lost, win. Like, come on, bro. That's what was going on in that time period.
Deportation is like potentially debatable. I feel like the abortion.
And I don't even think he's gonna
ban,
do it anyway. Like, I don't think the mass deportation.
it's one of his first plans, bro.
No, his first plan is that transgender.
What is that?
He said he's signing the change some bill to where they can't teach it in school and there's only two genders or something like that. No more pronouns or something like that.
Like that's just a weird rule. Like I mean, I like to each his own. It's just like there's so much more to like give your energy to. Like who cares?
But the mass deportation, like, let's be for real, bro. Like, the average American is not about to be out here picking no strawberries, picking no blueberries, picking no corn, working on no field. Like, stop. They're not about to get rid of all these immigrants, bro. Stop.
I'm glad we're having this conversation, Quasi, because we both learned a lot today.
He could have just, like, he's running that just to get, like, come on, bro. He might deport some. They said it's like $80 million a year. Or like $80 million to deport 1 million immigrants or something like that.
Remember that thought for me. I gotta start. No links to these joints. Oh, here we go.
The American people delivered a resounding victory for President Trump, and it gives him a mandate to govern as he campaigned, to deliver on the promises that he made, which include on day one launching the largest mass deportation operation of illegal immigrants that Kamala Harris has allowed into this country. It includes drill baby drill and expediting permits for nuclear, for fossil fuels, for an above all energy approach that's going to bring down the cost of living in this country.
Did you hear that part? Which includes on day one the largest mass deportation operation.
They're gonna try. I doubt.
That's that was Donald Trump's press secretary speaking on his plans for the start of his term.
We'll see.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like you feel like it's not gonna happen. Like that's what he's
I don't think it's gonna be.
These are the plans that he's talking about. He's letting out.
Where you gonna find him at?
What?
Where you gonna go? All right, maybe he might take all the people that's like staying at the Roosevelt.
I don't know. It's about to be weird. It's about to be weird times. It's about to be historically weird. Like freaking. What the fuck is it called when they was saying no alcohol? It was the starts with an R. Rehabilitation, something like that.
It does not start with R. You just made me mess it up.
I think it starts with an R.
It's prohibition. Something you just made me miss.
Something like that. Something like that.
Me mess the word up.
But it don't even matter. It's gonna be wild times. They're gonna be kicking indoors. Like
no, they're gonna be going right to where they got them all. They got them all in hotels already. It ain't nothing.
All right, you see them on the streets, bro. Show me. It's gonna be weird. It's like show me your papers.
They already took away the food voucher for him.
Yeah, bro. That's another thing. Oh my god. See, I was wanting to go to the next topic. We gotta.
Eric Mayor Adams took away the food voucher.
Wait a minute. Just give me 2 seconds. This is Project 2025. That you said that you said that. You said that, right? And then they said publicly Republicans admitted to
Republicans, not Donald Trump. What Republicans?
I'm gonna have a headache after this, man. I'm gonna have a headache. So
you think they about to take away Social Security and all this other stuff? Like, come on, bro.
So you've heard of it. So you know about it.
Yeah, because people always been jacking the whole Project 25, Project 25.
I might be able to not. Jesus. You know, that was the first thing I saw is that Republicans
is prohibition.
Admitting is more propaganda.
Prohibition.
Prohibition, okay. So you think Project 2025 is fake? That's not his.
I didn't say it was fake. People came up with it, but he said he does not endorse that.
Well, just for kicks and giggles, let's just hear from this congressman who breaks down Project 2025 and says that it is in his plans.
So Project 2025 is a governing document, and this is how it would impact you. Let's start with reproductive freedom. It calls for a nationwide surveillance system to monitor all pregnancies. It requires reports on any woman traveling out of state to seek abortion care, and takes federal legal action against local officials who refuse to bring cases against women and doctors who violate a state abortion ban. And because of the prohibitions on emergency contraception, 1.6 million women in Ohio, hundreds of thousands here in Southwest Ohio, would lose guaranteed access to free emergency contraception. So Project 2025 abolishes the Department of Education. It would end Title I education funding, which 25 million students rely on for their education. Here's what it means for us. Ending Title I would take critical resources away from over. Number 3, childcare. Project 2025 would eliminate Head Start. Head Start is quality preschool for low-income children in Southwest Ohio, over 2,000 families. A big one. It would raise the retirement age.
Bro, I'm just like, so what are they? So like, what are you saying? Like, Trump's the Antichrist? Like, he about to just come in and the world's about to just fucking end?
That has been said before.
Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't believe. Like, come on, bro. Like,
but like, why is me bringing up these different, like, because the first time we chatted about it, the first time we chatted about it, there was no receipts, there was no videos, there was no news.
That's not receipts to me. These are just people reading shit.
I don't know how many times I've brought up articles and the news.
You didn't bring up articles.
I gave you an article. You asked to see the article. No, that wasn't. It was about him. It was an article about him saying that he was invited to Donald Trump's dinner or whatever.
Yeah, charity dinner. Okay,
right. That was an article. Another article.
You didn't prove a point with that though. You just said Nick Fuentes never met Trump. Oh, he was invited to a charity dinner. Okay,
it's gonna be in the reels. This is why.
You act like Donald Trump invited him for a one-on-one meeting and discuss his plans for the future, like he did with Elon Musk or Dana White.
I said that.
Nick come on, if Dana White came or if Elon Musk came out and was on some shit like Nick Fuentes, then you could be like, oh, that's a little crazy because he's literally sitting right next to Donald Trump. Nick Fuentes is not sitting next to Donald Trump.
Okay, I didn't say that he was sitting next to Donald Trump,
but you making it seem
I said that he was under him, and he is
like
under
how?
him. First of all,
just because he wants Donald Trump to win means that he's under him, or because he went to a charity dinner. No, Donald Trump has nothing to do with that.
Why do you feel like why?
So if a person with a MAGA hat decides to fucking go out and kill,
some supporters are under Trump. They're not directly under Trump.
Bro, now these politics turn to gangbanging?
I mean,
politics turn to gangbanging?
Yeah.
Like what, bro?
What are we talking about? Because what's it called? There are Trump supporters.
So you was under Harris?
I was a supporter. I was a Harris supporter.
No, don't try to. So
what does under mean to you?
What does it mean to you?
I'm not saying like, I'm saying that if you support somebody, especially in these terms, yes, you're under them. Especially if you're somebody supporting, if you're a MAGA hat wearing Trump supporter,
that means you're under Trump.
I'm not
that's crazy, bro.
I don't understand why.
Like, what do you mean by
that's like saying?
So whatever Trump saying, he gonna do?
No.
So what do you mean by?
But there are people like the people who stormed the Capitol that
Trump never told him to storm the Capitol. So Trump told him to storm the Capitol. Trump said, "Yo." All my outlaw niggas.
It's all here.
Smoke these niggas.
I swear to God. these reels is gonna be crazy for you, bro.
All my outlaw niggas. Smoke these niggas.
It's all fun and games until the next event happens. January is coming up too, so like who even knows?
Hey, bro, at the end of the day, the pandemic happened. I figured it out. No matter what, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm Mr. Figure It Out.
But you not really the one being attacked for real. So it's like
I was attacked. When I was going outside and people coughing and they talking about coronavirus 6 feet and you could die and this, that, and the third, getting late, can't go to work. What do you mean I was affected by that?
I'm not saying, but you're not being targeted right now. You're not one of the people being targeted. You're not one of the groups.
How? You just told me black men are being black people are being targeted. You said he's literally doing the opposite. He's only focusing on whites and everybody else is pretty much a target.
No, I didn't say everyone else was a target.
Well, are they then?
I'm just saying that they're not. I'm saying I said how long is it going to be before you are
exactly
like because the Latinos are they trying to get Latinos the fuck out of here. So and they doing away with women's rights.
They already got the black niggas out of here. Most of the population in prison is black men.
Exactly. So it's
what
like
are you talking about?
It's as far as that's what I'm saying. But I feel like you're thinking more so you and not your people or people, just people in general. Honestly,
well,
because like to think about people in general, you're that in terms you're thinking about all possibilities or whatever. Like you're not if they're getting away with Latinos, they're taking away women's rights. It's not far long before they start coming out black people, black men, doing something crazy. As far as
what are they doing to the Latinos? Like what are you like,
deportation.
bro? Okay, but what are they doing to the Latinos that's in America? The legal ones.
The legal ones?
Yes.
It don't matter if they don't.
No, yes, that do matter because if you're gonna sit here and say it's only a matter of time,
half the population.
No. If you're gonna say it's only a matter of time before they start coming for the black Americans, what are they doing to the Latino Americans right now?
Do we not hear the video where it was the rich white man saying that he voted for Trump?
Man, that's his rhetoric, bro.
You know how many people's rhetoric that is?
Okay, how many white people why can't we get on that same type of time? Why can't we get on the same type of time of okay, if these white men is on that type of time as black men, why can't we say, okay, we gonna get organized? They want to take away pre-K, just like we came up with fucking food stamps. The Black Panthers came up with the food stamp system. Why can't we come up with a school system?
But do you hear what you just said?
No, because we always focus on victim mentality instead of solution mentality. And victory mentality, they just want to be victims.
All right, so what if you like you just said? What if we get on that type of time? So now, what if
you want to complain instead?
Now, what if that results in, which it looks like I wouldn't be surprised, and it's talked about heavily, a race war.
They will deal with it when it comes.
But why put someone in in that seat and that it just results in that? It don't
matter if Harris was bro. Do you not understand? Like, it don't matter when Obama was president. Did anything change when Obama was president? Any change when George Bush was president? Bill Clinton, Joe Biden, Trump's first term. At the end of the day, every single American had to do the same thing: wake up and figure life out.
Bro, there are changes. Like you say that there are no changes with the presidents. All
right. Change happened with Bush. TSA was created. Airport restrictions. Okay.
All right, we've been talking about Trump for well over an hour.
But at the end of the day, you want to say, "Oh, Trump is doing this for the white man." So what that means? We supposed to just sit back and wait until we become a victim?
No,
exactly.
It's first of all, he's not even president yet. He's going to be president, but it's been news that he's been president for all of less than 7 days, less than a
week. He already was president 4 years. Why he ain't do no fashion shit then? Why he ain't do no racist shit then?
He has so many more things in place that he did not have in his first term. So when he said he didn't have the right people, blah blah, in place, now he does. He can do so much more with the right people in place.
So we'll see. We'll see then. That's the only thing we can say. We'll see if the world becomes worse or better, or if it stays the same.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's all individually. Your life is going to be the same if you don't change your perspective. People are going to get the same thing their parents got because they listened to what their parents did, and it's in the same cycle.
We're going to have this video to refer back to when things happen or when things don't happen.
So far, only positive things happened since he became president.
Denaturalization is a thing.
Oh, that's for people who like have green cards and they've been in America so long, they become naturalized.
Oh, okay.
Or like, say if you're an immigrant and you have a baby, your baby is naturalized. Like your baby automatically becomes a citizen.
Okay. That was one of the comments. I wasn't aware.
But at the end of the day, bruh, they gotta do. And nothing but good things been happening since he been announced. Since the announcement,
it's been 7 days.
Hamas.
It hasn't.
Hamas said they ready to end the war. Putin said he's ready to talk to Trump about ending the war, and he's not. And Russia's not getting rid of the U.S. dollar. Stock market made $2 trillion in 12. Like none but good things been happening. Like what are we talking about?
It hasn't even been a week, Quasi. Like I can't believe you're on that time. Like saying nothing good but good things been happening. That's crazy. That's just crazy.
Both wars is ready to end. U.S. currencies, like come on, the U.S. currency.
We just got done talking about a possible race war in America.
That's propaganda. The U.S. dollar was just on the brink of being collapsed when they coming out with this new currency. Do we not forget that?
All right, listen.
Like, come on, bro.
All right, Quasi.
Now Putin says, "Oh, we back in the U.S. dollar."